nice day to learn. Now we will be discussing friction topic and numerical problems on motion of ladder system. The previous class we have discussed friction of a single object and friction due to connected object, due to one and two more objects if they are connected, how to understand the mechanism. And the third thing is we have discussed rope and pulley effect. Today's class we will be discussing a ladder system. In day-to-day life, also in all construction and manufacturing units, we will be using this ladder. It also has some mechanism and there are some failures while using the ladders, it may slip. There is a fact behind it, there is a concept behind it, and there is a mechanics behind it. And if you understand the mechanics, you will know what is the force which is acting, why the ladder is slipping, and how to prevent that. Always the technological solution gives the ultimate say for behaving each and every object in this universe. And so let us try to understand this concept and let us use this mechanism in our day-to-day life. A ladder is a device used for climbing the roof or walls. So we will be having in our house, and it is required for a painter or a person who is working in the house or a warehouse where they store the objects. So in these places the ladders are required. If the ladder is too large and too heavy, so there is a mechanism behind it and you need certain support. You can observe here a support is being given in order to prevent the slip. So you can identify at which angle you can place the ladder. Do you need any support here, or without any support can you place this ladder, or how many person can climb in this ladder safely. So these are the things which can be dealt in this topic. Other thing is it consists of two long upright of wood, steel or iron pipes connected by number of cross pieces. In structural aspect, you have a steel pipes here. So these pipes are two long pipes are being placed, and in between these two plates there will be connected with a cross piece to climb the ladder. So this is the pattern of ladder. So there are the friction developed between the contact surface of ladder and the floor, and also between the ladder and the wall is known as ladder friction. Here we are interested in ladder friction, the concept of friction. So these are the place where you have the ladder friction. One point you will be placing the ladder at the top, and the other point of contact of surface which is the floor. At the walls and at the floors, so you will be placing the ladder, and at both the points you will be having the friction. So if there is two object which is in contact, then we know that there will be a term friction which is created, and there are two contact points, that is this wall and this is a floor. At the two contact points you will be having this friction. What will be the direction of friction? If you want to know that, if we are placing any ladder here, we will be climbing above the ladder. So if this is the case, if a load is applied above the ladder, what happens? It naturally tends to move downward. So the portion where you have the ladder and the wall which is being connected, this portion will go downward. So the moment of action will be downward, hence the friction will be upward. In majority of the cases, 99% you will be having this free body diagram, that is friction suffix wall. So F is termed to be as friction and W in terms of wall. So wall friction, and you will be having a normal force. Since you are supporting this ladder, you will be having a reaction, that is wall normal. And also the ladder is supported at the other end by using the floor. So this floor has a support reaction, that is ground normal, and you will be having a ground friction. If the load is applied here, this top portion slide down, then automatically what happens? The bottom point will move towards the left hand side. So if the motion of the object is left hand side, your friction will be opposite to that, that is right hand side. So F suffix G, so ground friction will be right hand side. So this is a free body diagram of your ladder. So whatever might be your case, you can draw this free body diagram and start solving your cases. And you can see the ladder might be at different height and at different angle. So these are the place where you apply this ladder for day-to-day activities. Okay, now let us take a problem, a uniform ladder AB of length 3.25 meter. So the inclination is 3.25 meter here, and a weight of 250 Newton is placed against a smooth wall. This is the weight of 250 Newton. If you place a weight on this ladder and it is indicated that the wall is smooth. If it is indicated a term smooth, then you should assume that the friction is zero here. There is no friction, and at the lower end 1.25 meter from the wall. So this is the lower end of the ladder, which is having 1.25 meter from the wall. So from the wall you have this 1.25 meter, and this is the inclination of the ladder. The coefficient of friction between the ladder and the floor is 0.3. This is the floor and the ladder. So in between this you have a friction, and in between wall and the top of the ladder doesn't have any friction. The friction is zero here. What will be the frictional force acting at the point of contact between ladder and the floor? So here you have to identify the frictional force, that is Fg, that is ground friction. We have to identify, show that the ladder remains in equilibrium position, and these are the two things which we have to prove here. And after the given data, we have to draw the free body diagram. We know that you have two number of reactions here. Since the friction is zero, one reaction will be removed and you will be having NW, that is wall normal. You will be having support, and here you have two number of reaction. Okay, we have drawn the reaction, and you have a weight of 250 Newton which is acting downward. Okay, you know the hypotenuse side, that is the length of the ladder, is 3.25, and the distance from the wall to the bottom of the ladder, which is 1.25 meter. And what we are going to do is we are going to take the bending moment, that is moment at the point B. So if you take the moment at point B, what happens? You can identify the Fg, that is friction at ground. Okay, so in order to take moment, you need the distance between E and F. So let us find the distance between E and F. The thing W is given as 250 Newton, and this is the weight is given here, and mu G, that is, if you need to find ground friction, this is the value of mu into Ng. So the mu is also given, you have to multiply with Ng. And what is the distance between A and E? Since you have a ladder of 3.25 meter distance, weight which is acting exactly at half of the member, and due to that you can find A to E distance as 3.25 divided by 2. 3.25 divided by 2 is 1.625. So this is the A to E distance, and E to B distance will be the same. Okay. Now if you find the angle theta, you can find this distance. So how to find this theta? You know the adjacent side and the hypotenuse. So you can use cos theta, that is AC is adjacent and AB is hypotenuse. AC by AB, if you cos inverse, you will be getting the theta as 65.376 degree. After finding this angle, this triangle will be having the same amount of angle here. So you know the hypotenuse side, that is EB is 1.625, and you can use the same cos theta in order to find the distance between E and F. Okay, if you want to find the vertical distance, you can also find BC is the vertical distance. So since you know the angle here, you can use sin theta, that is opposite side by hypotenuse. So opposite is BC divided by hypotenuse is 3.25 meter. So BC by 3.25 meter equal to sin theta. If you cross multiply, you will be getting BC value, which is 3 meter. All the three sides are known in this triangle. Okay, now you can find the EF component. And I already mentioned, since you know the EB distance, that is total distance is 3.25 divided by 2 will be the EB distance, that is 1.625. And if you apply cos theta, that is EF divided by 1.625 equal to cos theta. The 1.625 is cross multiplied here, and if you multiply with cos theta, you will be getting 0.625 meter. Now we found that the distance EF is 0.625 meter. Now why you need this distance, why you have to find this distance is, if you need the frictional force, we will be taking the moment at the opposite end. For each and every force, you need the perpendicular distance. And the 250 Newton is acting down. We are not knowing the perpendicular distance. And hence, to find this distance, you will be finding the EF distance. Now, for all the three forces, you know the distance. So, you know NG into 1.25 and FG into the vertical distance, that is BC, is already found here, and the third load 250 into the distance. You know all the force and the distance here. Now let us resolve by using the sum of all vertical force equal to 0. So what are the vertical component here? NG is acting upward and 250 is acting downward. So this is equal to 0. So what will happen? Ng will be equal to 250 Newton. So here it is written as Ng equal to 250 Newton. Now if you know Ng, you can find automatically the friction, that is Fg here. And since the friction coefficient is given as 0.3, you can multiply 0.3 into 250, you will be getting 75 Newton. Now let us find what is the horizontal force which is acting due to this load. Now let us take the bending moment at point B. You can take Ng into 1.25. Since you know that Ng has 250 Newton, so 250 into 1.25. This is acting clockwise and hence it is plus. And you have Fg, the perpendicular distance is 3 meter. And Fg is unknown here, you can keep it as it is, and this is acting anti-clockwise direction, hence it is minus. And you have 250 into the distance is 0.625, which is anti-clockwise, so it is written here. The only one unknown is Fg here. You can take remaining things outside to find Fg. And it is found that the frictional force, which is 52.08, so this is the force which is acting due to the load. A frictional force which is acting 52.08 Newton, and the equilibrium of the ladder. So since I have mentioned earlier, mu g into Ng. So this is the equilibrium component, and if you want to find that, you can multiply 0.3 into 250, it will be 75 Newton. And since the equilibrium force is higher, up to 75 kilonewton frictional force, this ladder system can handle. So what is the force which is acting here? 52.08. This is the force which is acting, hence the 75 is higher, the inbuilt frictional force is higher, since the body will be remain in equilibrium position. So you are having an angle of 65 degree. After placing this ladder in 65 degree angle, if you provide 250 Newton or 25 kg, this ladder will not slide, which we have identified by using this problem. Now let us take the next problem. A ladder 5 meter long rests on horizontal ground. The ladder height is given. Since it is placed at inclined manner, this will be taken as hypotenuse side. This is a total of 5 meter on a horizontal ground and leans against the smooth wall at an angle of 70 degree. This problem also, the wall and the ladder doesn't have any friction, it is indicated as smooth. And the angle in this problem is given as 70 degree with the horizontal as shown in figure. With respect to horizontal, the angle is 70 degree. The weight of the ladder is 900 Newton. This is the self weight. and the man weighing 750 Newton stands on a ladder of 1.5 meter from the bottom of the ladder. So from the 1.5 meter, a man is standing with a weight of 750 Newton. So these are the given data here. From the earlier problem, if you compare, there only the applied load is given, no need to assume the self weight. In this problem, they have given a self weight of the ladder as 900 Newton and a man is standing above that ladder which is have 750 Newton. So he might be 75 kilo and the ladder might be 90 kilo approximately. And what you have to calculate is the coefficient of friction between the ladder and the ground. So you have a coefficient here which you know that the coefficient of friction you have to identify. Now the given data is the length of the ladder is given, weight which is self weight is 900 Newton and the human which is standing there which is having a W1 of 750 Newton. You have to find the mu g, that is ground frictional coefficient. Okay. Now let us find the components of the ladder. The thing is, if you take the bending moment about the point B, you will be getting the unknown component. So before that, you need the distance. So for each and every load, you need the distance. So between A and C, between B and C. So these are the component you have to mark this and draw the free body diagram in order to solve it easily. So first, let us find the distance between each and every point. Okay. So first, let us find A and E. So what is A and E? Equal to B and D. So at the point E, you are having a self weight of 900 Newton. We know that the self weight, which always will be acting at the center of the object. The object is having a distance of 5 meter, hence 5 by 2 will be 2.5 meter. So the distance between A and E is 2.5 meter and E to B is 2.5 meter. Okay, now this point is found out, and next A to D, the D distance is given. AD is 1.5 meter which is given in the problem, and the rest of the distance, that is D to B, will be 5 minus 1.5 which will be 3.5 meter. Okay, now we have found out the components here. Also, if you need the A to C distance, you have an angle and you know the hypotenuse side. So you can apply sin theta or cos theta. So if you apply cos theta, adjacent you can take it as x and opposite you can take it as y. So you can find by using cos theta and sin theta here. Okay. So let us assume the ground friction as mu g and use the first equation, that is sum of f of y here, and let us identify all the vertical forces. You have a ng force which is acting upward, ng is plus, and you have a 750 Newton which is acting downward. So minus 750 minus 900. So these are the forces which are acting up and down, equal to 0. So if you take minus 750 and minus 900 outside this equation, you will be getting ng as 1650 Newton. And if you want to find the Fg, you can multiply mu into Ng. So this is the term which we have to find in this problem. So let us keep Fg as in terms of mu g. Okay. Now let us take the bending moment about the point B. So if you take that, how many forces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 forces are here. Now let us multiply force into distance. So ng into the distance is x here. How to find x? You know that cos theta, which is adjacent side by hypotenuse, and let us take adjacent as x and hypotenuse as 5. So if you need the x distance, you can cross multiply 5 into cos theta and ng into the x. So instead of x, you can substitute 5 cos theta So 5 cos theta. Theta is given as 70 degree and which will be clockwise, and Fg will be anti-clockwise. Fg into the y distance. Now what is this y? If you use sin theta, since sin theta is opposite side by hypotenuse, 5 into sin 70. So this is written here, and you have 750 Newton into the horizontal distance. So if you need to find the horizontal distance, you know the theta. If this is 70 degree, the opposite side will also be 70 degree. So you have a angle here and the hypotenuse side here. So you can find the adjacent side similar way, and you can take cos theta. So what is cos theta here? Adjacent side, that is x divided by BE. X is in terms as BE into cos 70. So if you need x, you can cross multiply the similar way and BE into cos 70. So you know the BE distance as 2.5 meter. So 2.5 meter into 70. The 900 Newton into the horizontal distance. The same way you can use cos 70 degree into the distance is B to D here. We already know the BD is 3.5 meter and the 750 into 3.5 into cos 70. So these two terms are anti-clockwise, since it is written as negative here, equal to 0. So all the four forces are taken, and if you simplify, you have Fg. Instead of Fg, you can substitute 1650 mu g. So this will be in terms of 1650 mu g. You know the ground normal. This is 1650. You can substitute this. The only one unknown is mu g here. So you can simplify to get mu as 0.149. So this is the frictional coefficient which is being acting in this mechanics. Now let us go to the third problem. A uniform ladder of 4 meter length rests against the vertical wall, which makes an angle of 45 degree. So from the wall, the angle is given as 45 degree, as shown in figure. The coefficient friction between the ladder and the wall is 0.4. Now this problem is different from the earlier. Now you have friction between the wall and the ladder, which is having a coefficient of 0.4, and that between the ladder and the floor. So the ladder and the floor have a frictional coefficient of 0.5. Now both the contact points have the friction, and it is given by a coefficient. If the man who is standing, whose weight is 1/2 of the ladder, ascends it. If the weight of the ladder is taken as W, this is the self weight which will be acting at half of the length of the ladder. And if a man which is having half of the weight of the ladder, and if he is ascending, that is if he is moving through this ladder, how high will he be when the ladder slips? So if he is moving from the ladder from bottom to top, A to B, at which place if he moves the ladder will slip? So this is the question here. So you have to find the distance of x. So all the components are given in terms of alphabetical, and you have to find the unknown component which is x, at which point if he is crossing, the ladder will be slipping. Okay, in order to find that, you have to find these components first. What are the distance? And you have to use summation of v equal to 0. You have to resolve all the forces vertically, and you have to take the moment at the point B. So this is the thing which we are going to do. Okay, now let us take each and every component. So L is given as 4 meter, theta here is given as 45 degree angle, and you have frictional coefficient between wall friction is 0.4 and ground friction is 0.5. Okay, now let us find the distance. We will be taking W as weight of the ladder, and W by 2 is the weight of the man as given in the data. And from limiting friction, we know that the components, that is Fg, that is ground friction, and the wall friction is mu times the normal. So there will be a normal, that is support here, that is wall normal and the ground normal, which will be 0.4 NW and 0.5 NG. Okay. Now resolving the forces vertically, which will be done first. You will be having an upward force, which is Ng, which will be acting upward, and Fw, which will be acting upward. Since you know that this ladder, if it is slipping, it will be moving in downward direction, hence the Fw will be in upward, and the bottom portion will be moving towards left hand side, and hence the friction will be acting at right hand side. So after drawing this free body diagram, you can take Ng upward as plus, and Fw is also upward as plus, and W and W by 2 will be acting in negative direction, equal to 0. So after taking this component, negative component outside this equation, you will be getting W plus 0.5 W. If you add that, you will be getting 1.5 W, and Ng plus Fw will be 1.5 W. Now let us resolve horizontally. Plus, and Nw is acting left hand side. So these are the only two forces which are acting horizontally, and you can take it the negative term outside this equation, and Nw equal to Fg. So you know Fg is 0.5 Ng, and we have found out here Fg is 0.5 Ng, and we will be using here. So instead of Nw, you can substitute 0.5 of Ng, and if you take this outside this equation, it will be Nw divided by 0.5, which will be 2Nw. So instead of Ng, you can write it as 2Nw. Okay. So we got all the components, and let us substitute here. So instead of Ng, you can write it as 2Nw. We know that the Ng plus Fw. So instead of Ng, we will be substituting 2Nw. So we are substituted here, and instead of Fw, we know that you can use 0.4 Nw. It is written here, and this will be equal to 1.5 W. Now both the components have only one unknown. You can take this outside and you can divide this. Nw will be 0.625 W. Okay, the other term, which is Fw. Nw we have considered in terms of 0.625 W, which we have now found this. If you multiply, you will be getting Fw in 0.25 W. Okay, now we are having all the components in terms of W here. Why we are making this? In the sense, we have converted all the terms as a single component, that is in terms of weight. So we can easily find the x distance here. If you have number of unknown, that is Ng, Nw, it will be difficult to find the solution. We have converted all the components in terms of weight here. Since we are taking moment at point A, we have converted the Nw in terms of, that is the normal reaction at wall, in terms of the component W. So you have two loads. We have made the horizontal component in terms of W, and the vertical component, that is friction, also in terms of W. So if you made this while taking the moment at point A, you can see that W into distance, all the components will be having the singularity. Free body diagram of each and every reaction is converted into a single function of W. Now let us take the moment about point A, and if you resolve, and first thing is W into the distance. Since you have the angle which is 45 degree, if you need the horizontal distance, you can use cos theta. This is adjacent side and adjacent by hypotenuse. So we know that the weight which is acting exactly at 2 meter, the hypotenuse side is 2 now, 2 divided by the distance d. So cos 45 equal to d divided by 2. So this is the first term. If you need the distance, 2 into cos 45. So the horizontal distance will be 2 cos 45. So W into 2 cos 45 is written here. Okay. And for the W to load, you need the distance D. So this is the horizontal distance. If you use cos 45 degree, and cos 45 degree is adjacent distance, that is D1 divided by hypotenuse is x. So D1 by x. So if you need this distance, you can cross multiply x. So W by 2 into x cos 45. So W by 2 is taken as 0.5 W into x cos 45. So these two components are clockwise, hence it is written as plus. Okay, the remaining term NW into the distance. So NW we know that it is in terms of 0.625 W, and NW you can write it into the vertical distance. You can use sin theta. So sin 45 will be opposite by hypotenuse, that is the distance BC will be 4 into sin 45 degree. So 4 into sin 45 degree will be NW. FW into the distance. So this horizontal distance we can find by using cos 45 degree equal to the distance D divided by 4. So instead of the distance, you can write 4 into cos 45. 4 into cos 45 is written here into FW. And if you simplify, you will be getting in terms of x here. And x will be 3 meter. This is total of 4 meter here. And if the man climbs at a distance of 3 meter, this ladder is going to get slided. Advantage of mechanics and the application of mechanics. If you know the component of friction, you can say that at what distance, if this, say for example, if this is the angle of a ladder, at a particular distance, you can say that either this ladder will slide or not. So we can safely design a ladder and we can make the angle. Okay, let us take the fourth problem. A uniform ladder, 4 meter long, weighs 200 Newton. It is placed against a wall, making an angle of 60 degree with the floor as shown in the figure. This is a uniform ladder which is having 4 meter, and the weight of the ladder is 200 Newton. It is placed against a wall, making an angle of 60 degree. So the angle between the floor and the ladder is 60 degree as written here, with the floor as shown in the figure. The coefficient of friction between the wall and the ladder is 0.25. Now the wall has a friction which is given as the coefficient, and it is 0.25. That between the ground and the ladder is 0.35. So there is a higher friction which is found in the ground. Okay. The ladder, in addition to its own weight, has to support a man of 1000 Newton at the top of B. So it has a self weight which is having a 200 Newton. We know that the self weight will be acting at half of the distance. So if this is 4 meter, the self weight will be acting at 2 meter distance. And another weight is acting which is 1000 Newton, is created by a man. So he might be 100 kg, which is a fat man. So he might be a fat human, and he is standing on the top of the ladder. What you have to do is, first thing, calculate the horizontal force P to be applied to the ladder at the ground level to prevent slipping. So if this is the case, a self weight of the ladder and a man is standing here, what should be the force given at the bottom in order to keep the object in equilibrium? So you have to safeguard this ladder. Okay, what is the second case? If the force P is not applied, you are removing this force P, and what should be the minimum inclination of the ladder with the horizontal so that it does not slip with the man on the top. So if you remove this force, you can change the angle. Now while applying the force, you have a constant angle which is 60 degree. But the second case is, if you remove the force, what should be the angle of the ladder in order to prevent the slipping? So these are the two cases. So let us take the first case. A force P is given. So this is the given data. We can convert this as the free body diagram. So at the two place you will be having the normal force and friction at the floor as well as the wall. Okay, so it is given here a force which has to be applied at right hand side since the object will be moving at left hand side. So it is given and you have to find the force which is required to keep the object in equilibrium. And let us resolve vertically and horizontally. So first let us resolve horizontally, and what are the horizontal forces? Plus P which is acting right hand side plus Fg. So plus P and plus Fg is taken here and minus Nw which is acting at left hand side equal to 0. So you can take this outside this 0 and you can write as equation 1. And if you resolve it vertically, plus Ng, it is written here, and you have plus Fw equals the two downward acting force, which is 200 Newton and 1000 Newton. So you can write it as equation number 2. Now let us take the moment at point A in order to find component. Okay, so what are the components which you will be taking here is Nw, Fw, 1000 and 200. So these are the four forces where you have to take moment. So let us first take the 1000 Newton of force, the force into the distance. So this is the horizontal distance. So you know the angle, you can use cos theta, cos 60 into 4 meter. So cos 60 into 4 meter into the load. So this will be clockwise, hence it is taken as plus. And 200 which will be acting at center of the ladder. So which is 2 meter distance. So since you know the hypotenuse is 2 meter and you can apply cos 60 into 2 meter as the horizontal distance. So cos 60 into 2 into the load which is taken, both are plus. And you can take the next thing as the Fw. So the Fw force which is also acting at a horizontal distance of AC. We know AC as 4 into cos 60. So 4 cos 60 into Fw, which will be anti-clockwise here since it is acting at anti-clockwise direction. So minus. And Nw will also be anti-clockwise, Nw into distance. So you can use sin 60 into the hypotenuse side. 4 into sin 60 into Nw. You have written all the moment components here. Now you can find the unknown, which is Nw. So you can write Fw in terms of Nw here. So let us simplify this. If you simplify these two components and take the negative component outside this equation, if you simplify this, you will be getting 2200 equal to, we know Fw, that is wall friction, as mu into Nw. So mu is given as wall friction and 0.25 into Nw. You can write in terms of Nw. The whole equation has only one unknown, which is wall normal, that is Nw. And you can simplify and divide this component. You will be getting Nw as 554.98 Newton. If you know Nw, you can find Fw, which is mu times Nw. So mu is given as 0.25 into Nw, you will be getting Fw. Okay, now we have found out these two components. And if you know Fw, you can substitute in equation 2. So if you can find Ng, that is normal ground. Fw is found as 138.75, and you can add this, and if you minus 138.75, you will be getting Ng here. And after finding the Ng, you can find Fg, that is mu times Ng. So mu is given as ground friction, which is 0.35, is given here, and multiply by this value, you will be getting Fg here. So if you know Fg and Nw, the Nw and Fg are known here, you can find the unknown force P. So if you subtract this value, Nw minus Fg, you will be getting P here. So if you apply 183.54 Newton at this point, you can prevent the ladder from slipping. So this will be the equilibrium force. So above this, if you apply 200 Newton, 250, ladder will be in the state of rest. Okay. Now let us go to the next component. Now consider the ladder is inclined at an angle of theta and without any horizontal force acting at the ground level. So this is the case 2. Now we have to keep the theta as unknown. So we are going to find this theta and at which angle the ladder is not going to slide. We are not going to apply any force here. Now this will be the free body diagram. Let us resolve horizontally. What are the horizontal force? NW equal to Fg. So these are the only two forces acting. You know Fg is mu into Ng. So mu is given as 0.3 and you can write in terms of Ng. Now Nw equal to 0.35 Ng. So you can write Nw in terms of Ng. Okay. Now let us resolve vertically and plus Ng plus Fw. So both are plus. You can write it one side and 200 and 1000 are downward. So you can write it outside this equation. So this is our equation. You can write, you know Fw is friction at wall. So friction is mu times normal reaction. Wall friction is given as 0.25 Nw, which is equal to 1200. You can add this. And you can write the Nw component in terms of Ng. So if you write Nw as 0.35 Ng, if you multiply, you will be getting Ng is the only one unknown here, and Ng is 1103.45 Newton. This component is being found out. If you know the normal force, you can multiply by the Fg here. You can multiply with the frictional coefficient in order to find Fg. So if you multiply the coefficient is 0.35 into this value, you will be getting Nw. If you get Ng here, you can substitute to find Nw. 1103.45 into the 0.35 will be getting Nw. So Ng and Nw, these two forces are known. Then easily you can compute Fg and Fw. You have to just multiply the frictional coefficient. So if you want to find frictional coefficient at wall, you have to multiply wall frictional coefficient, that is 0.25 into the value which you have found out. So it will be 96 and Fw is found out here, and you can find Fg also. You can multiply Ng into 0.35. So Ng into 0.35 is written here. Okay, now all the component values are known. You can take the moment about point A. So Nw into the distance BC. So the BC can be taken as sin theta into 4. So Nw into 4 sin theta, which is written here, it is anticlockwise. And you can take Fw into the horizontal distance, that is cos theta into 4 minus Fw into 4 cos theta, and 200 into the distance. So this distance will be cos theta into 2. So 2 cos theta into 200 and 4 cos theta into 1000. So this will be the load and the distance. So you have written all the component. Now let us divide the whole component in terms of cos theta. What will happen? The cos component will get cancelled and sin by cos will become tan theta. And you can keep the tan theta and the rest of the things you can take it outside the, and you can take the tan theta component outside this equation. And if you take the negative component outside this equation, so you know Fw and Nw value. You can substitute this, and for simplification you will be getting in terms of tan theta. So tan theta will be 2.598, and if you tan inverse you will be getting angle as 68.95 degree. So if the theta is at an angle of 68.95 degree and above, this ladder is not going to slide here. So without giving any forces, you can keep the ladder in equilibrium position. In the earlier case, you can see that the theta was 60 degree, so it was below the 68, hence it is required some forces in order to keep the object in equilibrium. Now we finally came to our end of our session. If you want to place a ladder, there will be a frictional coefficient between the wall and the ladder, as well as the floor and the ladder. So these are the two places where you will be dealing the friction. And according to the load, what is the amount of load which is moving in the ladder and what is the angle of the ladder, these are the two important components. If you change both the components, you can make the ladder in equilibrium state, or you can make the ladder to slip. So you can change the ladder angle with respective to horizontal in order to keep your ladder in equilibrium position. So we have dealt all the combinations in this session, and you can try it out in the real cases in order to understand this concept. I hope you found this session useful. Happy learning. See you again.